Are you on the Constitution? Sheriff?
Do what, Mr. Jones?
Are you on the Constitution?
Yes, sir.
If you was on the Constitution, why did you refuse to accept a complaint attempted to be filed by me, called in your office 2 or 3 times?
Mr. Dennis, remember everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
I'm under the Indian authority.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, since this being recorded, the United States has been dissolved. The courts, the police, the whole 9 yards has been dissolved.
Welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel. No one is above the law. Today, we have our sights on the state of Texas, where we're going to check out 2 different sovereign citizens' appearances in 2 different courtrooms before 2 different judges. And one of these charges is super serious. It made national headlines, even though this guy is a sovereign citizen and he's going hard with the sovereign citizen argument. He is there for some very serious charges. And like I said, it made national headlines. So we're going to check that appearance out first. And then we're going to check out the second appearance by another sovereign citizen. That first appearance is going to be in Judge Brenda Dominy's courtroom, and the second is going to be in Judge Suzanne Hudson's courtroom. Once again, both out of the state of Texas. But I know, guys, I've done enough talking. Let's go ahead and roll the footage.
Sit in this first chair at the front.
Are you on the Constitution? Sheriff?
Do what, Mr. Jones?
Are you on the Constitution?
Yes, sir.
If you was on the Constitution, why did you refuse to accept a complaint attempted to be filed by me, called in your office 2 or 3 times?
Mr. Dennis, remember everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
I'm under the Indian authority.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, since this being recorded, the United States has been dissolved. The courts, the police, the whole 9 yards has been dissolved. I'm under Indian authority. That's who have authority over me. Not the expired, dissolved corporation. So this your refusal to accept my complaint, what resulted to this day in Jacksonville, Texas. You will not accept the complaint. Sheriff, I called your office and I talked to you personally. Up under 22 USC 912. Are you familiar that the United States corporation has been dissolved, Sheriff? Under 28 USC 912, and the police officer acting under the corporation of the United States vacated his oath and his action.
Remember, everything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law.
Carter 28 USC 912, and the police officer acting under the corporation of the United States vacated his oath and is acting in an individual capacity as an illegal security guard operating under an illegal government. In a non-constitutional court, in proceedings, do not have the authority and it's arbitrary. I am a sovereign American Indian. Therefore, this court do not have jurisdiction. So I'm requesting to be brought before an international court with jurisdiction, custom, and I'm protected under unit drift and A drift.
Mr. Dennis, the arraigning judge will visit with you here in a second.
The judges are dissolved by the presidential notice to the patrons on January 4th, 2025. Are you familiar with that, Sheriff?
No.
Well, it is, and I ask that you look into it. The corporation is dissolved. Yeah. The courts, the police, the judges, the sheriffs, all haven't been dissolved by President Donald J. Trump, before Attorney General Pam Bundy. So you are acting illegally, unlawfully. So what 5-0 consent have you been given authority from? Because this is an illegal government. And the rest has been ordered by the president himself because of this breach of oath of office. So I do not consent to these proceedings. They are illegal and unlawful. If you're not, we are under common law 1776 as defined under Magna Carta 61. Are you recording this, sir? It needs to be recorded. Yeah. So, Sheriff, you're acting illegally and unlawfully because all departments has been dissolved. January the 4th, 2025. And I'm an American Indian. I'm not under the same laws, rules, regulations, and codes and policies that you are. And that is not law. Not only have you committed treason, you've been found guilty of crimes against humanity and war crimes. Now, our corporation do not have authority over natural human men. It's Penhollow versus Don Administrator. Also, Rodriguez versus Donovan.
Mr. Dennis, will you please stand up? Please stand for me.
My back is stuff messed up, man.
My help, okay?
This arm is broke. Stand what? I'm not before no.
Stand right there. All rise.
Your Honor, are you aware that the United States Corporation has been dissolved by the President on January the 4th, 2025, and that I'm American Indian and you have no jurisdiction over my... Okay. No corporation has jurisdiction according to Penhollow versus Don, and also Rodriguez versus Donovan.
Okay.
So you've been found guilty of treason by the courts. And,
Mr. Dennis, you're Bobby Michael Dennis?
I do not consent to these proceedings.
Okay. I have to go. I am Judge Dominy. I'm going to go ahead and read your rights.
I do not consent to these proceedings because the corporation has been dissolved, ma'am.
Okay, I have to read your rights to you by law, okay?
I do not consent to these proceedings, ma'am, because the corporation has been dissolved January the 4th,
I'm gonna
2025
go
by
ahead.
President Donald J. Trump.
I'm going to go ahead and read your rights to you, Mr. Dennis. You have the right to hire an attorney to represent you. You have the right to have an attorney present prior to or
Object.
during any questioning by peace officers or attorneys representing the state.
I object to be,
You have the right to
I
remain
refuse
silent.
consent.
You're not required to make a statement. Any statement made by you can be used as evidence against you in court. You have the right to stop any questioning or interviewing at any time.
I'd like to stop it now because you don't have any authority
You have the
over
right
me,
to
ma'am.
have an examining trial if you're accused of a felony.
The corporation is dissolved.
You have the right to request appointment of counsel if you cannot afford counsel.
Do you not understand that the United States Corporation is dissolved up under 3002-1580?
Do you understand those rights
No, I
that
do
I
not.
just read?
I do not.
Would you like for me to
I still
explain
do
to
not
them again?
understand because I'm under God's law, not the laws of man, ma'am.
Okay. You have the right for an attorney if you cannot afford one. You have the right
I do
to
not understand, ma'am.
request an attorney. You have the right to stop any question at any time.
I'm attempting to stop it because the United States Corporation has been dissolved, ma'am, by the President on January the 4th, 2025. That will be a Saturday.
Okay.
And also, you being a corporation do not have a rights over a living natural man. I am a living natural man, ma'am. That's under Penhall versus
Mr.
John
Dennis, I
Administrator.
am, by law, reading your rights.
Are
I'm
you-
going to go ahead and tell you.
Do you have the authority
I'm going
from
to
the
go ahead
Indian
and tell
Authority?
you what you're being charged with, okay?
I do not understand
By
or
law,
consent.
I have to do that, and I'm going to give you your charges,
You're not under
okay?
constitutional law, ma'am. So
Interfering with public service animal, state jail felony, you have a bond in the amount of $100,000.
I do not understand. I do not
Attempted
give
capital
consent.
murder of a peace officer, that's a felony 1, and it's a $1 million bond set on that. Obstruction or retaliation, felony 3,
Object.
$150,000 bond. Another obstruction or retaliation, a felony 3, a $50,000 bond.
I
And there
object,
is
Your
a
Honor.
federal
I don't.
hold on you for a federal
I don't
offense.
understand. Well, up under 28 U.S.C. 912 said any police officer acting under the corporation of the United States vacate his oath and is acting in a individual capacity as an illegal security guard operating under an illegal government. This is what this says.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to request an attorney, or do you plan on hiring an attorney, sir?
No, I do not give consent. This corporation has been dissolved again,
Okay.
and that
I will tell
this is
you at
acts of
any time,
treasons.
sir, at any time, if you do not hire an attorney, you can request that the
I do
court
not
appoints you an
consent
attorney.
to a dissolved
Okay.
corporation.
I do need you to
I'll
sign your...
judge, I will not sign anything
Okay.
because I am American Indian, not under your jurisdiction. Who
Okay.
give you authority,
So you're
ma'am?
refusing to sign your
I
magistrate's
do not
warning?
understand, ma'am, who give you
Okay.
authority. The courts and
Okay.
judges have been dissolved
all right.
again, January the 4th, 2025. I do request the Attorney General Palm Bondi be appointed. I do request that.
Okay.
And I request that the American Indian Authority be notified as well to you having been charged. And I'm protected of my unidrift and A-drift.
Okay, Mr. Dennis, that's all I have for you to tell you today.
Do you all in regards? There must be a grand jury indictment, not by information, as according to law, course
Okay,
of law,
you're
up under
not-
Constitution.
I'm not holding a trial right now.
No,
that
it
you'll
doesn't
go to
matter,
court
but
on that,
that's in the
okay?
warrant for
I'm
arrest.
just the judge, the
You're not even a
magistrate
judge. All
that
been
reads you your rights
dissolved.
to you, okay?
I'm not under
All
your
right.
jurisdiction.
Mr. Dennis, you
Okay.
can go ahead and return. Thank you, sir.
All courts have been dissolved. All courts.
I told you guys that this guy was wanted for some very serious charges. As we heard, he attempted to take the life of a female officer who he shot 2 times, but by the grace of God, she did survive. But as we see his appearance before the judge, he's telling her that she's been found guilty of treason. Now, how many times have we heard that on this channel, from traffic stops, multiple traffic stops we've heard that said that you're guilty of treason. He's constantly saying that he doesn't consent to these proceedings and that the government's been dissolved by Donald J. Trump, and on and on and on. Even though he appears or he's acting like he has some mental issues, which could be possible, the intention that he had to take this officer's life is not going to be taken lightly, and that's why we see such a heavy bond placed on Mr. Bobby. But we will see how this all plays out. We will stay on top of this, and hopefully justice will be served for the officer. And if there is some help that Mr. Bobby Dennis needs, hopefully he gets that as well.
Mr. Bishop, we have the defendant, Vincent Luis Haynes. He's facing 2 charges, expired registration and failure to maintain financial responsibility, and a motion to dismiss. Mr. Haynes, can you please, there you are, Mr. Haynes, there, unmuted. All right. So, Mr. Haynes, do you wish to summarize your motions at this time?
Yes.
Go ahead, sir.
In my notice of abatement, I am asking for the court to show that it can uphold the Constitution in reference to Article 6. I am basically stating that I am a natural person. You know, I'm in the court even currently right now with my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and the notice of abatement just goes to the heart of the matter as to the jurisdiction, both subject matter and personal jurisdiction, and to make sure that these proceedings are done to assure equity and fairness. I realize that this court may not provide a remedy for me. And so at that point, I'm asking for adjunctive relief, if that would be appropriate.
Mr. Haynes, you're using terms that are civil terms. This is a criminal court. These are Class C criminal charges, which carry a fine as their punishment. This is not a court that gives a remedy to a defendant. You are charged with a citation. You are charged with a crime based on the actions of a police officer.
Who did I offend?
No, sir, hang on. I'm not done.
Okay.
So I want to make sure you understand you're using civil terms. The rules that apply in this court are the Texas rules of criminal procedure. And those are the rules that dictate how the hearings and trials will proceed. And it is the Texas laws which grant this court jurisdiction in these matters. I'll make sure you understand that. If you wish to continue to summarize anything, you may, but I want to make sure you understand you're using civil terms. This is a criminal court.
Okay. Even in a criminal matter, ma'am, I still have a right to face my accuser. Again, that's what the abatement was about. And who accuses?
Sir, hang on a second. You haven't gotten to that point yet, because this is a first setting, and if you plead not guilty, there will be a trial. But as you've seen here tonight, many people plead no contest or are guilty. Therefore, there is an opportunity to hear and have all the accusations presented in court. You just have not gotten there yet.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Okay. Well, Mr. Bishop, does the state have any response to the abatement motion?
Yes, and I'm just seeing this motion for the first time tonight, but it appears he says that the court lacks subject matter jurisdiction over this ticket, and therefore the action should be abated. And I'm summarizing that, and the state's response would be that this court has jurisdiction to hear citations for traffic violations and Class C misdemeanors in the city of Delworthington Gardens. And so it appears these tickets were all alleged to have occurred in Dalworthington Gardens, and therefore we respectfully request that the defendant's motion be denied.
Your motion for abatement or notice of abatement,
It's a notice.
your notice of abatement is filed, sir, but there's no action that this court is going to take at this time. And you have filed a motion to dismiss. Before we go into that, sir, there's a couple of things that I want to make sure to put on the record. You've been here in the Zoom courtroom tonight. At the start of court, I went over rights and options that defendants have. Did you hear those rights and options, sir?
I heard the rights and options that's pertaining to those particular defendants, yes.
Yeah, that was to every defendant set here tonight. Do you have any questions about those rights and options?
I mean, I don't understand them pertaining to me.
Well, they pertain to you because you have received a citation and you're charged with this offense. You may not agree with it and you may not like it, but they apply to you because you were in the city of Dalworthington Gardens and received these citations. So that's how they apply to you. Now, as I warned everyone at the start of court, you have the right to be represented by an attorney. And if you wish to have time to consult with an attorney, please let me know and I will give you a pass until next month's docket. Otherwise, if you do not have an attorney hired to represent you, you will be held to the same standard as if you were an attorney. So at this time, sir, do you wish to represent yourself or do you wish to have a continuance to consult with an attorney?
I'll represent myself.
Okay. All right. All right. And if you do not have any other questions about the rights or options that I went over at this time, we can proceed now to the motion to dismiss. If you wish to present that at this time, you may summarize your argument for the court at this time.
The motion to dismiss comes from the fact that I put a notice of abatement in, and I never got a response from my notice of abatement. Just basically asking the court, for its jurisdiction. You're explaining how your jurisdiction kicks in, but it's not relating to what I'm saying. I don't go by misnomers, and I seek, the honorable court to apply fairness, and equity. This court does not state whether or not this is a court of equity. You're telling me right now that this is a criminal court. You're saying that this is a criminal case, and you're not really presenting a crime that I see that would be tantamount to criminal proceedings. But again, everything is laid out in a motion to dismiss, and I feel that it is warranted because the court does lack subject matter and personal jurisdiction in this hearing.
Response from the state, Mr. Bishop?
Motion to dismiss should be overruled, Your Honor, or denied. State has jurisdiction here. This individual was using the roads or highways of the state of Texas. And by doing so, as is driving being a privilege, not a right, was bound by the laws of the state of Texas when driving. The allegation is he has violated those laws, and so this court would certainly have jurisdiction to hear those citations. I believe there are two of them. One is registration. The other one is failure to maintain financial responsibility.
Court has reviewed the written motion to dismiss, has heard the summary from the defendant, Mr. Haynes, response from
I object, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, sir, what did you say?
I said I object.
To what, sir?
Because there's no city, state, or government that should make a rule or law that abridges my right to the freedoms and the privileges of the continent or the land of the United States. I'm a natural born man.
Okay.
And
That
I have
objection, sir,
I have a constitutional right to be.
Sir, I've heard the objection. Your objection is overruled. All right. Your motion to dismiss is denied at this time. The allegation in the citation which you signed states that you committed 2 violations in a location that is within the territorial limits of the city of Dalworth Gardens.
Do you have the actual
County-
ticket?
Sir, you need to be quiet and listen. Within Tarrant County, within the state of Texas, that establishes subject matter jurisdiction for this court to hear this matter. The court has not made any ruling in regards to guilt or innocence at this time. However, that does give the court authority to hear this case. Therefore, your motion to dismiss is denied at this time.
Do
Now,
you have
sir,
the actual ticket, ma'am, that I mailed back in?
I don't know if you mailed it back in or not, but I have the copy that you received notice at the time and that you signed it. And that is all that is required.
I signed it under duress as well.
All right, sir, are you ready to proceed to trial tonight on your cases?
Proceed to trial tonight?
Yes, sir. This is the contest docket. You've indicated you wish to represent yourself, and you are facing the 2 charges of expired registration.
I need
and
to have
failure
a
to
trial by
maintain-
jury, ma'am. Everything is
Well,
before.
we're going to get to there. So to the charge of expired registration, how do you wish to plead, sir? Guilty, no contest, or not guilty?
I make no plea, ma'am. I'm not pleading. I do not accept your jurisdiction.
Well, that's the step to getting set for a jury trial, is if you're going to plead not guilty. Are you pleading not guilty and requesting a jury trial?
There's no plea that I'm making.
Therefore, the court will enter a plea of not guilty for you. And you've indicated you wish to have a jury trial. Is that correct, sir?
The jury trial, yes.
Okay, so entering a plea of not guilty, setting you for a jury trial. So we're going to set you for a pretrial docket. And that will be September 3rd at 7 p.m. You will get a written pretrial order. You need to read it over. It explains what you need to do and the timing. If you have any motions that you want the court to hear as far as discovery or anything of that matter, they needs to be filed at least 14 days before the court, before the pretrial hearing. If you have any evidence you wish to be able to present to the jury, you need to have that marked and filed with the court according to the pretrial order. Once we have the hearing on September 3rd, you will be scheduled for a jury trial, which we have during the day. So make sure that when you come on September 3rd, you're aware of your schedule and any conflicts that you might have for September and October.
Thank you.
You will get a written pretrial order and you'll get a reset notice. We'll see you back here on September 3rd at 7 p.m. You are released at this time unless you have any question regarding the scheduling, sir.
You say back here, this is going to be on a Zoom call again?
Yes, the pretrial will be on a Zoom call. Yes.
Okay, and I'll have instructions relating to all of this as well.
You'll get it all in writing. It'll be signed by me and you should receive it early next week, if not earlier.
All right.
Okay. Just watch your email, check your spam folder because there will be some attachments, so they might go to spam or junk if you have that. All right.
If I have any questions, I'll make sure I call your clerk.
Call, or you can send them in writing, either way. All right.
All right.
Okay. This concludes your hearing. You're released at this time. We'll see you back for your pretrial hearing September 3rd.
Yep.
Nope. Pretty much the same argument. Court lacks subject matter and personal jurisdiction. He's pretty much spewing off civil matters just like Mr. Elizondo did. He also says he doesn't accept her jurisdiction. He would not make a plea. So as we can see, the court had to put in a not guilty plea for him, and the case has been set up for jury trial. And just like Mr. Elizondo, we do have Mr. Haynes' second appearance. So let's go ahead and roll the footage.
Next case I have is Vincent Haynes. Vincent Haynes, can you unmute, please? Mr. Haynes, can you unmute, please? I can see, there you go.
Okay, sorry
Okay.
about that.
That's all right. All right, so Mr. Haynes, you have 2 cases set. We have expired registration and failure to maintain financial responsibility. And you have indicated that you wish to plead not guilty, and are you requesting a jury trial, sir?
I grant the court use of my name for future return on my equity. I say again, I grant the court use of my name for future return on my equity. Your Honor, I have to object because I never made a plea. You made that plea for me. I did not make a plea. If I make a plea, it is a plea for release. I need to make a plea for release.
Okay, so Mr. Haynes, that's not a plea that applies in this court. You're using civil law terms like this were a civil court, and it's not. This is a state-created criminal court, and as I went over with everyone here, you have three options to plead. You can plead guilty, you can plead no contest or not guilty, and by law, if you do not enter a plea in this court, then by law, I have to enter a plea of not guilty for you. I do appreciate you reminding me of that. That you indicated that it was, you're correct. I did enter that plea for you because you did not enter one of your three plea options. You are set tonight for a pretrial hearing. We sent you an order of pretrial hearing and the complaints back on August 12th, and I do not see that you filed any requested motions or requested jury charges or anything. I do see that you posted a cash bond for these charges on August 6th. Did you send in any motions or requests pursuant to the pretrial order that I issued back in August, sir?
I did not. I did not see that email. I was looking for those instructions, but I did not. I would like to make a motion to dismiss, and for lack of jurisdiction and lack of venue. I'm a natural born person, and I have a right to face my accuser. And you're telling me that there's a crime that's been committed. And I know that there's no crime against me traveling. Ma'am, I was traveling, and my right to travel should not be infringed upon.
So, Mr. Haynes, you filed a motion to dismiss that was heard in court on August 6th, and the state responded, and and that was the court ruled that that was denied. Therefore, the court does find that we do have jurisdiction for this charge, and so your criminal charges, which are Class C criminal offenses, are pending here at this time. So, other than that motion to dismiss, I do not see any other motions filed. Mr. Bishop, is there anything from the state? Any motions filed from the state? You're muted, sir. I'm sorry.
No motions from the state, Your Honor.
Okay. So, Mr. Haynes, a plea of not guilty was entered on your behalf by the court because you did not enter a plea at that time. Are you wishing to change that plea to either guilty or no contest? I need you to say yes or no out loud. I'm sorry, sir.
Ma'am, I mean, I asked, for, even in the last time we had this hearing, I asked for your jurisdiction, and you're just telling me that it's a state jurisdiction matter. And I mean, I didn't understand how, I have to understand that, and I don't understand that.
Well, sir, you are charged with fair to maintain financial responsibility and displaying an expired registration. And Texas law requires that people who operate a motor vehicle in the state of Texas obtain and maintain a certain amount of financial responsibility. Oftentimes it is insurance, but there are other ways to provide it, and that they register their vehicle every year with the state. And so you were charged with violating those charges, which are Class C charges, and you received that notice in the citation. which was issued-
I signed that
Well,
ticket.
sorry, I'm not done, which was issued to you, and
Okay.
you also received notice in the complaint that was sent to you in August, on August 12th, and we can send the complaint to you again, but those are the charges, and you have received notice of that.
Okay, I'll send those charges again, but if you look at my ticket, Your Honor, I do not contract with the state. I rescind the contract pursuant to US 15.
Sir, this is not a contract, and the US code in regards to contracts does not apply to Class C misdemeanor offenses in the state of Texas. So that does not apply here.
You're conducting matters for money, and you're saying that there's a crime committed, and I just don't understand. So there are several things that I really object to. And
Okay,
like
well,
you
sir,
said,
listen, as you've heard me, because this is your second time to appear in court, you absolutely have the right to go and consult an attorney. And you may seek that attorney's advice, and you may hire someone if you wish to do so. All right, sir. But this is a Class C, these are two Class C charges. And the information in regards to that, the citation and the charges are listed on the citation that you were given a copy of, and they are listed in the complaint, and we will gladly send you another charge to that complaint, another copy of the complaint, excuse me, sir. So if we have no other pretrial motions at this time, if you do not wish to waive your right to a jury trial to have me hear your case, we need to go ahead and schedule this for a jury trial.
jury trial.
All right, so give me just a minute to look at the court's calendar. All right, Mr. Haynes and Mr. Bishop, the next available dates for jury trials would be either November 12th or November 13th. Do either of you have a known conflict to those dates at this time?
I do not.
Okay.
Your Honor, I do not. Either the 12th or the 13th of November, no.
All right, so we're going to set these for jury trial on November 13th. That's a Wednesday. I do believe that Monday is a holiday, so that will give us one additional business day beforehand. And so, Mr. Haynes, we do have our jury trials in person, so you will need to come to the court. I'm going to schedule both of you, the parties, to be here at 8:30. You will receive juror information. You will be able to conduct voir dire, which is questioning of the jury. The jury will be selected. Have any witnesses and documentation ready, because you'll have your trial that day. All witnesses and all documents, all evidence will need to be ready at that time. So let me make a notation here. So jury trial, November 13th. Parties here at 8:30 a.m. The veneer panel will be here at 9, and we'll begin the jury selection process very soon after 9 a.m. Any questions, Mr. Haynes?
Nope.
Okay, thank you very much. Watch your email. Do check your spam folder, because there will
I'll
be
have to check my
attachments.
spam. Yes, ma'am. That's
Okay.
what I have to do. I have
Okay.
to check my spam.
Okay,
That's
so
correct.
we will send you a reset notice for that setting. We'll make sure to resend the complaints. All right. If you have not received them by Monday, please call my court staff. They will resend it while they're on the phone with you to make sure you've gotten them. All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You're released at this time. We'll see you back here November 13th at 8:30 in the morning. Thank you.
Okay, I will give Mr. Haynes one thing. He definitely stayed on course with his plan by telling her, after she said he made a plea, he cleared that up right away and said, no, I did not make a plea. And that she made that plea for him, which, if you remember, she definitely did. And that's why the not guilty plea was put in and it was set for jury trial. So we can see that he's not budging on his argument. And something funny that he says the only plea that he's going to make is a plea for release, but he's still making motions for the case to be dismissed because of lack of jurisdiction, which clearly was denied last time and was denied this time. And we're right back where we started before, and that's being set up for a jury trial. And just like we will keep you updated on this one, but it's about that time, guys, that we get out of here. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And one other thing I want you to remember before we go, and that is no one is above the law.